First of all, thank ad hoc for making this possible. It's always amazing working with you guys, and I like the counseling that you all do, making sure that the students are well informed. Because at the end of the day, it's not about just enrolling students blindly. It's about you play that important part wherein you talk to a student, counsel them, understand their requirements, then you suggest with your expertise which university is the best option for them. So thank you so much for that, and thank you for making this happen today, because I would love to come down to India to do this, but with the current cycle happening, with our academic sessions happening, it's difficult to go multiple times. But it's great to do it virtually right now, and hopefully in the coming months later this year, we will actually be, I'll physically be present to talk to the students in person. Thank you so much for that. And to all the students who have joined in, please feel free. Do not be shy. If you want to turn on the camera, you can do it. It's always nice to see some faces when we are actually talking. But again, no pressure. If you think that turning off the camera will make you, more comfortable to ask questions, you can do that as well. No worries, okay? I will quickly give you my introduction. My name is Afshana Parveen Hoque, and I'm the International Student Coordinator for City University in Ajman in the UAE. And so I'll be your main point of contact in terms of, when you actually come on campus and you hopefully join us, then most of your questions, apart from the academic questions, you can actually come to my office and I can assist you. Um, I wanted to, you know, today's session I wanted really for individual questions, because I know when it comes to study abroad options, we already have so many different countries, so many different institutions, and especially for young students like you, it's always about knowing more. This is my personal belief, and I tell to all my younger cousins at home also that, do not go by the trend where your friend is going. Always, every country, every institution will have their own advantages, disadvantages. Sometimes the top ranked universities also may not be the right fit for you, because maybe that specialization that you want to do, it's better in another university which may not be in overall number one, but maybe overall number two, in the ranking. Because so you have to actually look into your subject wise ranking rather than the overall university ranking anywhere in the world, okay? Not specific to UAE or US or UK. It's for the entire global scenario. And also, what I feel is that awareness is extremely important. At the end of the day, I can come and I can talk about all the great things about the university that I work in, and I can almost kind of sell the program to you. But I really do not want to do that. I've been in this, in this industry for last 12 and a half years. I have been an international student myself. I've, done my education abroad, and I'm originally from India. Okay, I'm from the northeast of India. So I have actually gone through the entire stages that most likely a lot of you today are actually going through when it comes to higher studies, the option to study within India or outside India. If outside India, which university to study, which program to take, when exactly to apply. So I've gone through all of these stages. So my point is, what I love doing about this job is not just the university that I represent, but rather to actually give you the information, the awareness, and then at the end of the day, you all are smart. You all can actually discuss with your counselors, your advisors at ad hoc, and your parents back home, and then figure out which is the best option for you. Okay, and if that option becomes the university that I work in, which is City University Ajman, I'm more than happy to, help you further. But at the end of the day, it's awareness, because when you're informed, you can take the right decision which is best for your situation. Everybody has their own likings and their own situations in terms of the financial ability, in terms of how far do you want to go from home, or just the program that you're selecting, because these things are going to play a big factor when you apply to a university. So, having said that, if you look into the international market right now, when you talk about studying outside, which is student mobility, means student moving from one part of geography to another part, right? So, you will see that in the last couple of years, there has been a lot of issues that are being faced by a lot of other regions. I know that because I've worked for US and UK universities as well. So we have seen that a lot of immigration issues, a lot of post-study work visa issues, a lot of screening going on, and a lot of issues with not getting the exact visa appointment also in India. There has been a rush. for last year, US had like one, you can book your appointment 1 year ahead of time, which is very unrealistic. Like you can do it, but you're in your class 12 at that time, or you're in your degree final year, and you don't have the, maybe you're not even prepared that you're going to be applying next year. So how do you book your appointments 1 year ahead in time? And if you do not book your appointments 1 year ahead in time, you have to book it later on, and then you do not get the time slot and your classes already start. Then you have to go for the next intake, you do deferral, and you waste a 6 months or a 1 year of your valuable time. So what I feel is that you need to select a country or a area where the visa issues, getting the visa, and then the post study work visa, those are beneficial to you, because at the end of the day, I think the current generation, they are no longer looking into the trends. Of course, they might be following trends on social media just for fun, but when it comes to a situation where you're investing your money, you're investing your time, you're sacrificing time with your family to go and spend abroad, you need to make sure that you're getting the best return of investment, ROI. Okay, and how do you get your ROI? You compare it with how much money and time I'm spending and what am I getting in return. In return, it's not always about the job that you're going to do after the program, that means your package. It's also about your overall experience in the country and in the university that you selected to go ahead and study in. It's also about the classroom environment, and it's also about the overall campus life that you get to experience, right? And there will be a life outside the campus as well. When you're an international student, whether in the UAE, whether in Canada, whether in Germany, whether in US or UK, you're not going to be inside the classroom all the time. A lot of your studies are going to happen off campus. So the people around you, the faculties, how they treat you, the student clubs that you have, those things are going to basically prepare you for, let's say, after 4 years of your bachelor's or 2 years of your master's, what's going to exactly happen when you go to the real world to apply for a job. So these things are going to actually shape you. And being, in this industry for so long, I have seen the shift, the mindset shift coming when it comes to study abroad destinations from the more popular destinations earlier to the UAE. And that's another reason why I myself have relocated and I'm now representing a UAE university. And the people at ad hoc, like, they know about this. I've already spoken to them in my earlier sessions. So UAE right now is slowly becoming the global hub when it comes to foreign education. Okay, you have like I said, I'm not going to gatekeep any information. I'm going to tell you everything. So there's a lot of foreign universities also who have started investing in UAE. They're having Dubai campuses. You've got UK universities, US universities. They're all doing Dubai campuses right now. So that is great. If you think those are some of the options that you want to do, you can go ahead. But you'll have to keep in mind that studying in Dubai, the programs are going to be 4 times more expensive than what we offer, and the overall living expenses cost. Dubai is going to be again a very expensive place, right? So that can be a good option, but I don't know how much of experience you will get when it comes to the local culture. Because local culture is again going to help you, whether you like it or not, it's going to help you in getting that job in Dubai after 4 years. Okay. So, City University Ajman, we are a national university. We are a university from here. We do not have any other branch campuses. This is the original university. This is the one campus we have. We are located in the Emirate of Ajman. Now, Ajman is if any of you are from Delhi, I can see few students, Minu, Nusrat, Shazia, and Arzu. I've got another one, Akshay. So if you all are, not shy enough, you all can unmute and answer me. Is any of you like, are you all from Delhi NCR region? Or are you all from, which part of India are you from? Guys, don't be shy, please. Nobody wants to unmute and talk. We have quite a few people actually. Nobody wants to unmute? Really? Wow. Oh, there's somebody who answered. Someone who's from Kerala. Okay. Apus, you're from Kerala. Okay. Anybody else? Anyone from Delhi? Amruta, do you know if there's anybody from Delhi? Because we have another one from Tamil Nadu. Okay. You all can answer me on the chat if you're shy. We have, okay. Kochi is like my favorite place when it comes to, Indian. I love the spices and the food. Nobody from India. Okay, no worries. But I'm sure you all must have heard of the concept of Delhi NCR, right? Like how from Noida you take a cab, you go to Delhi, then you have, Gurgaon. So the concept is in the UAE, it's definitely a smaller country. So we have all the Emirates. It's divided into Emirates. Now, Dubai is the most popular one because that's where you get a lot of your tourists coming in. But Abu Dhabi is its capital, and Abu Dhabi has all the important government offices there. Okay, I have another one from Mangalore. Great. I like the sambar from Mangalore actually. It's a little different. Okay, so no longer talking about food, I'll talk about the program. So in UAE, you have got different Emirates, right? So one Emirate is Dubai, we have Abu Dhabi, then we've got Ajman. Now, why I'm trying to bring this to you is because I want to explain you that Ajman is only 25 minutes from Dubai. Like whenever I go home or anyone comes, our faculties and students come in, they actually fly to Dubai, and from Dubai, it's only 25 minutes car drive. Okay, if you have like Ola, Uber works here. So Uber and Kareem, that will hardly take you 25 minutes to reach, let's say Dubai Mall or Burj Khalifa. It's very nearby. But it's still separate Emirates. So you have to understand we are in Emirate of Ajman. And Ajman Emirate right now, as of last year, September of 2025, we have been named or selected as the second safest city in the world. Okay, not just UAE. We are the second safest city in the entire world. So you can imagine it's a very free lifestyle here. It's girls, they can actually walk late at night. There's no worries. Nobody even cares because it's that safe. You know, the authorities make sure that it is extremely safe for people from all parts of the world who are coming and making Ajman or UAE as their home. So it's very safe. It's less expensive than Dubai. So this is your biggest plus point. So you get to study in a university which is accredited by the UAE government. We are completely accredited by the UAE government. So it is a very highly respectable university. The chairman of the university is actually the ruler's son. We have the Emirates ruler. So he is the eldest son. So we definitely have ties to the royal family. Then our programs are not super expensive. They are way, affordable. We do have some scholarships, which is based on your overall profile. And what else, your connectivity, because you get to stay near campus. We have our own university accommodation, but we also have normal accommodations in the city itself. And because it is Ajman, it's not Dubai, so the everything becomes cheaper. So your food is cheaper. Your If you go out to eat in the evenings, all the food joints, all the restaurants are cheaper. If you want to take, like, you got the university gym, but if you go for the gym subscriptions, those are cheaper. Because I want to make sure when you come to study here, you're not going to be sacrificing everything to kind of just study, right? There is a life outside the classroom. And if you do not have enough funds, because Dubai is 4 times 5 times more expensive, it can become very, very, tight to live a comfortable life. But on contrary to that, when you study in Ajman or in our university, your programs are not very expensive. We are extremely safe. Like I said, second safest city in the world. uh, in the entire UAE, every emirate has their own specialty. Abu Dhabi, like I said, is the government offices. Dubai is the tourist. Ajman actually is known for the largest number of fastest growing startups. This helps you. Why? Because so many different startups are here. As a result, whether it's your internship or whether it's your overall job after your degree, it's so much more easier. You have so many more options. But even the companies that you have in Dubai, they are not something that you'll not be able to reach out to. Absolutely. When we have our employability fairs, like the career fairs on campus, you will also have these companies come in to our campus for, those campus recruitment. You'll have them. And I personally believe that when you're, studying outside, one thing that you need to take care of from the very first year itself, you need to make sure that after initially joining the campus, you're new, maybe you take 1 week, 2 week, maximum 1 month of time to play around a little bit and explore. But after the first month, you need to become serious. When I say serious, not just serious in your classroom, but you need to have a strategy as to how are you going to spend the next couple of years on campus, making sure that you are getting full utilization of the money you're spending, the time you're spending on campus, and also build your network. because the networking is going to help you when you come to getting a job. Yeah. If you have any questions, please feel free to post it and we'll take it one at a time. Okay. So if you are coming here for a bachelor's program with us, and what happens is you're playing around and you're just studying, you're getting good scores, but there is no pre- uh, you know um, online presence, let's say a LinkedIn profile, or you don't know anybody in the industry that you want to work in after 4 years, right? Because you thought, okay, just getting high scores is enough. I'm going to be a very good student, I'm going to get really good marks, and that's it, and I'm going to get the job. It will work for some people, but it will not work for majority of them, because there is you know a power that comes from networking with people, getting to know people. Referrals play a huge deal. So what happens is, I would highly recommend students to have their own LinkedIn account. Even if you're a student and you don't have much things to share, you can also observe people, right? You can like others posts, you can comment on them, and it will also encourage you to maybe think of an idea and post about it. It doesn't have to be work related. Or and in your title, you don't have to, since you don't have a job, you can just write aspiring entrepreneur or something like that. There are various ways, creative ways to do that, but try to be present on LinkedIn and other job sites like that. And the another benefit is that we have so many startups in Ajman. There is nobody stopping you to reach out to these companies, to make friends from people in these companies. You will find people from India as well. You'll find people from other parts of the world working in those companies. When you go out and whether it's in the gym, whether it's in the market, whether it's just a friends gathering, you will meet people, and you need to make sure that you reach out to them. Doesn't have to be forceful friendship, it will start slowly. You don't have to make so many friends in the 3 or 4 years, even if it's a handful, but they are like people that you have known. You are in touch with them, you're interacting with them, because somewhere or the other these connections are going to help you eventually. Now the biggest plus point is, because Dubai is so near from Ajman. If you can afford it, you can actually take an Uber, or you can drive with your friend's car if you have a car. If not, even if you do not have anything, you don't want to spend like some money for Uber, you don't want to you don't have like a car or a family or relative who have a car. But even then, what you can do is you can actually use the government shuttles. These are AC buses that run from Ajman to Dubai, Dubai to Ajman, and across all the Emirates. And they run from like really early in the morning till late at night. It's almost 24/7, and it's extremely safe even for women. So, and I believe from Ajman to Dubai, it only costs you 15 dirhams. Okay, just convert it, 15 dirhams into Indian rupees. It's not very expensive. So if you want, you meet some companies in Dubai on LinkedIn, you get to interact with them, and they're having an event. So nobody's stopping you to not go to that event. You can easily go to that event, okay? Because it's that much nearby. But you don't have to book a hotel there and stay with so much of money, because you can come back home to your own house in Ajman, because it's that near. So you get all the benefits of staying in Dubai without actually having to rent a place there, because it's that much nearer. In fact, Abu Dhabi and all, they're still far from there. Ajman is extremely near. Okay, it's actually closer than reaching from Gurgaon to Delhi or Delhi to Noida. It's way more closer, and there's no traffic. Okay, thanks. There's no traffic, so you don't have to worry about getting stuck in traffic like that. So that is another location-wise benefit. Now, coming to the actual programs, we've got various programs that we offer, and because we cater to both domestic students and international students, we want to make sure that we have programs for everyone. So some of the most popular programs, I'll tell you, we are really well known for our dental surgery program. Okay, I know not many of you may not will be into dentistry or dental surgery, but I will still tell you, because here, if you talk domestically, we are very well known for our BDS program. It's called Bachelor of Dental Surgery. It's a 4-year program. Sorry, it's a 5-year program. And yeah, it's a 5-year program. And apart after doing the 5-year, you also have the internship, that is like a mandatory part to be able to practice here. So we also have the clinic on campus where you can do your 1-year DIP, which is a diploma in dentistry. Now, if you do that, you'll have to take an additional admission of the 1 year, but it's not mandatory. Like I said, you can actually do your DIP in another university as well. But none of our students have ever opted for that. They have always done their bachelor's with us, and then they have continued the DIP with us, and then they get their license, and then they go and practice on their own. So dental surgery is one of them, but we also have a very strong college of business. Okay, our college of business is a member of the AACSB, which is that recognition that's really required when it comes to business schools. So our BBA programs are 4 year. Okay, dentistry was a 5 year program, but our bachelor's program in business administration, it is a 4 year program. And what I like about this program is that we've got various specializations. You can of course select the most common, the popular ones like human resource management, marketing, finance and accounting. But I personally like two additional ones that we have, which is the BBA program with Management Information System. It's called MIS. Okay, so you can do the BBA MIS, or my personal favorite is the Hospitality and Hotel Management. So it's a BBA degree, but your specialization will be in hospitality and hotel. And I'll tell you, our faculties are so good when it comes to the hospitality. You will, of course, as part of your program, you will get exposure because Dubai is a big spot, like a big global hotspot when it comes to hospitality industry. They have some of the biggest hotels there, some of the most luxurious hotels here. So we have got tie-ups with them, and within the program itself, our faculties during semesters, they will take you out for an industry tour. You will get to experience these hotels, how the functions behind the hotel, how does it work. You get training sessions, all of that. But hospitality is one area. This is a specialization within BBA. You've got management information system, we've got finance and accounting, you've got marketing, you've got human resource. Okay, this is our most popular department. But BDS, we are locally very well known for it. Apart from that, we also have the College of Technology. Within the College of Technology, we have two specializations. It is again 4 year program. The specialization is data science. So it is Bachelor of Science in Data Science or Bachelor of Science in Artificial Intelligence. Okay, this is 4 year, and this will also include internship options and um, what else? The laboratories are really good. So whether it's AI or data science, this is one thing. Even if you don't join us and you happen to be in Dubai for a vacation, feel free to come to our campus. I can give you a tour of our campus. We've got some of the best laboratories that you can actually see in the region. Whether it's our dental clinic, all the equipments, or whether it's our labs for AI and data science, they're some of the best in the industry. We're making sure that the campus is beautiful. The campus is filled with all the equipments that you require. You don't have to run for shortage of equipments or shortage of machines. Every student will get enough to practice. So AI and data science, they are really well known for the labs. Apart from that, we also have our College of Media. Now within the College of Media, we've got a bachelor of it's a Bachelor of Arts program, but it's in digital media production. Now digital media production, again, this is where our labs and equipments play a huge part. We've got our own newsroom, we've got our own recording studio, we've got our own general studio for video recording. So, and we've got our Mac lab. Now, if anybody has ever been interested into, you know, media or communication in general, I am a communication graduate myself. So I'll tell you that machines play a huge part when you learn the program, especially if it's digital media. So we have got our own Mac lab, and within the Mac lab, we've got all our several Mac machines which has the FCP Pro installed in it, which is the Final Cut Pro. And Final Cut Pro is usually happens to be a little expensive. So we've got our Final Cut Pro installed, so all our students get enough time and enough, computers and systems to be able to practice whatever they are learning for their classwork. So that is it. Apart from that, you will get 40 different nationalities on campus. Okay, you will find faculties as well as students, as well as people in important positions like the admin as well. They are all from different parts of the world, so you still get a very global campus. What else? You Once you come on board, and if you're sponsored by the university, when I say sponsored, I mean your visa will be under our name. Okay, you still have to pay for your visa processing and all that, but your visa will be on our name. So the Emirates ID that you will get, the residence ID that you will get, that will include City University Ajman as your sponsor. However, now coming to the part-time jobs part. In the UAE, if you are an international student, you can work for 20 hours as a part-time, employee in a company. So that is allowed. Um, well, just make sure that you do not exceed more than 20 hours. That is one. What else? Yeah, and whatever earning you have as part of the part-time job, it is tax-free because we don't have any taxes here. So that's another benefit. Yeah, coming to accommodation, right? Accommodation part, we have our own exclusive accommodation that we have in partnership with a company called Nest. So Nest is a really well-known accommodation provider globally. They provide accommodations not just for us, but also for various universities in the US and UK. So the accommodation that we have, or in simple words, the hostels that we have, they are very state of the art and very global in nature. That is a separate payment structure for it. If hopefully you join us, we can give you all that information. And the room types are also, how do I say, the room types are, various options are there. You can do single rooms, you can do double rooms. So it can go from very affordable to more expensive as well, depending on what you choose. Apart from that, you have transportation. Now, let's say you have a family in Dubai and you don't want to stay in Ajman, or you have a family in, let's say, Sharjah and you don't want to stay in Ajman, or you have somebody in Ajman itself, you'll stay with them, but you don't have a car and you would want, accommodate transportation. So we have our own transportation department. We have students that are traveling from Dubai. So our transportation starts from early in the morning till late in the night, wherein we pick up our students who have enrolled for the transportation services. We pick our students and faculties from everywhere around the region, and we bring them for the classes. And then after classes, there are multiple times the buses are scheduled, like, for them to drop them back as well. So even if you have like a living situation which is a little far from the campus, it's not a problem. Even if it's in Dubai, it's not a problem. Even if it's in another emirate, it's very nearby and there is very less traffic. Students travel and commute to our classes that way. You can travel on your own, but you can also use our university transportation services. Okay. Now, what else? Apart from that, I'm thinking we have collaborations with universities abroad. Like most recently, we have a delegation of students that are coming in from Russia for a student immersion program. Similarly, you can also do the same. So let's say for one semester, or not even one semester, let's say for a 1 month period, you want to experience like a study abroad option in one of our partner institutions. You can do that. Let's say you choose Russia. Let's say you choose like, let's say China, let's say US, depending on which partner you're choosing, you can actually go and experience 1 year of your, like 1 month. You pay the same tuition fee that you're paying to us, but because they're our partner institution, you can actually go and do an immersion program, which includes a few classes and a little bit of the culture. And then you come back after 4 or 5 weeks. So we are actually hosting few students from Russia in February. So they will get to experience that. But vice versa, our students can also go. So if you happen to join us, you can also choose something of that. That is more of like, it makes you not just academically rich, but you'll also get a cultural experience from another country. Okay, that option is also available. I think this was the main overall scenario you needed to know to understand about about our university. Now I think the next question that you all will have is the application process, right? Or if you have any questions, please write it on the. I've been speaking for so long. I need some response from you guys. You have any questions, please. Don't feel shy. Like, no question is wrong. I can, we can discuss it. Even if I don't know the answer, I'll discuss it with you and I'll get you the answer. Let's see if there's anyone who actually replies back on the chat. No one so far. Fine, you guys take a little more time to discuss and write. Amruta, just in the meantime, stay back. Perfect. Thank you so much for this, Alfina. So yeah, stay back option. So when it comes to, okay, this is another area which I think I will take one for the entire team in terms of UAE institutions and try to break the, debunk this myth. What are the courses available at engineering postgraduate? So for master's level, unfortunately, we don't have an engineering school or technology at the master's level. But a lot of engineers, they actually tend to do a management program at the master's level after doing engineering. So if to your answer, we don't have an engineering master's program, but we have an MBA program which is very, very strong. It's called MBA Total Quality Management. It is perfect for people who have technical skills in the undergrad, in their bachelor's, and they want to do a finishing touch in the master's to get more managerial positions. So a lot of engineers actually do that. So you can go for our MBA in Total Quality Management. No, we do not have public health available. Sorry. So we don't have a lot of programs, but the programs that we do have, they are very strong. They have very good industry connects. Their placements are very good, and the best part is that get to be taught by some of the best faculties in the entire world, and they're not very expensive. Okay, like I said, we because we have our chairman is the eldest son of the ruler. Funding is not an issue. We have some of the best equipments. We don't need to make our programs very expensive. Okay. Let's see. Which type of visa we get if we're planning for stay back, and what are other types of visa? Okay. All right. So first of all, when you apply to us, okay, you take the help of your advisors at ad hoc. They guide you because they know all about our application system. So they guide you, and then you submit your application. The good part is that when you initially submit the application, you do not pay even one single rupee. Okay, we have an application fee, but we don't believe in taking the application fee before even confirming that your documents are fine or not. Because I know, like I said, I work with other universities. It's very common to pay an application fee, submit your application, and then wait if it's a acceptance or rejection. And if it's a rejection, application fees a lot of the times are non-refundable, right? But we do not want to get into that situation. So we ask you to submit your application along with your documents, and then we will take a few days to review your documents. Okay, if your documents look fine and we feel that okay, all the documents are going to be approved by the UAE government, because in the UAE the process is slightly different. So you submit it to us, your documents, without paying any application fee. We go through your documents. If it looks good, we will email you saying that, hey, congratulations, it looks like you can move ahead with the program. To enroll to the program, you have to now go ahead and make the payment, and we'll give you the payment link and all. And the payment link, usually it will include the application admission fee, which is 3,000 dirham. And in that email, if you're like approved, we also ask you to make your normal tuition fees payment as well. But in certain cases, if there are like very rare cases, if you want to just pay the admission fee first and you need another 5 days or 10 days to make the rest of the payment, you can submit a request, and we can try and be flexible. But the idea is you submit your application without any payment. Okay, without any payment, and then we go through your documents. If the documents look good, then and only then we will ask you that, hey, you can now go ahead and make the payment. We do not take any application fee for getting rejected applications. That's one. Now, once you get the approval from our side, then you go ahead and make your payment. You also pay for the visa and the visa processing fee. Visa processing fee is 2,000, and visa deposit is 5,000. Now, worst case scenario, which is very rare for students from India, but let's say, because I know this is something that parents will have in mind, you're paying that money. Let's say you apply for and you pay for the money, and then we apply your visa. Okay, we apply your student visa from our side because we are sponsoring you. So when we apply and we wait, we ask you for your documents like your passport, your name, I don't believe we ask you for financial documents. Okay, I don't believe that, but I might be wrong. I can double check it. But we just simply ask you your name, your parents' name, your address, your passport details, your educational qualification. Those are the things that we ask you. There is a department within the university that helps with that. So once the admission team tells you that, hey, congratulations, your documents look fine, you can now go and make the payment. You make the payment. Then we ask you then your case goes to the PRO team on our campus, and the PRO will then connect with you on emails, and they will ask you for your documents, all these passport and your education documents and all of that. You submit it to them. They will then initiate the visa process. When the visa process happens, you get the proper permit, like a how do you call it, like an entry permit. Okay, you still don't get your Emirates ID. You get your entry permit. When you get your entry permit, we email it to you, and then when the classes are about to start, you book your flights and you come here. When you come here, we can also make arrangements for picking you up from the airport. Okay, you land in Dubai, we'll pick you up from there. Then what happens is, let's say you arrived the next day when you come on campus you'll physically bring all your documents with you, all your educational certificates, passport. Our team will then, because they've already checked everything, so there are no chances of anything getting rejected, but we want to physically see the documents again. We will see all your documents, and then you will start attending classes. Mind you, at this time you still don't have the Emirates ID, okay? You just have the permit number that we gave you, because in the airport immigration you'll just show that permit number and you will show the documents that the university emailed you. Just print those out and show in the immigration. They will let you come in. Now you start your classes, okay? When the classes start, within the very first week or so, you will also go for a medical test. So you will have somebody from our campus that will actually take you to the government health center here, and they do a like a lung test, and I think a blood test, okay? Just to make sure that there's nothing wrong. And then your blood test and your reports come in a couple of days, hardly takes a couple of days, 3 4 days, sometimes even sooner. And then your slowly the PRO team will let you know that, hey, your Emirates ID have come. And the Emirates ID and residence ID, both of them are two different cards, but they will come at the same time. Once you get that Emirates ID and the what you call the residence visa, now you can actually register for a lot of things, like you can open your bank account, where if you take like a off campus rent agreement for a house, you can show all of that, okay? But even initially when you're staying in a PG or a hostel, you can just show your passport and your entry permit and it should be fine. Nobody's going to tell you that you need to show the Emirates ID right away. They'll understand this. It's very easy. Now, apart from that, when it comes to you've finished your program, okay, here there's another step that I'll quickly tell you. You will be hearing that one of the required documents when you're applying to us is going to be equivalency certificate. Please do not get confused or scared by the word equivalency certificate. Equivalency certificate is basically, it's like a evaluation certificate, okay? That means when you go to Canada, you give your documents to WES, they evaluate it and they'll tell you that, yeah, your degree from India, it's equivalent to the class 12 degree in Canada. That basically they're seeing if it's equal or not. The same concept applies in the UAE, but here we call it equivalency certificate. Now, how will you get equivalency certificate when you're in India and applying, right? So equivalency certificate is most likely 99% of the time it is going to be a pending document for you. Even when you physically come and join the classes, it will be a pending document. But when you get your Emirates ID, when you get your visa, residence visa, after that you talk to the PRO and there is an online portal. You actually submit all your Emirates ID. You put basically upload your Emirates ID and upload your residence visa, and then you upload your degree certificate from India, okay? And they will get it. They will evaluate it and they will come back to you. Now there are technically 0% chances of that getting rejected, because you know why? The initial time when you submitted your applications without the application fee and we reviewed your documents and then we give you a approval, our team already knows what the UAE government is going to look. So we are initially actually checking that. When we know that, okay, the documents are fine, the government is not going to later say no to the equivalency, when we are confident, then only we give you the offer. And that's when we ask you the payment, right? So the initial first step takes care of this equivalency one. But you need to physically wait for the physical Emirates ID card to be able to submit the application. Okay. So after a few days, you get your equivalency certificate. When you get it on your email, or if you just have to take a printout of it and you come to the admissions department and give it to them. So the enrollment managers will put it in your file that, okay, so after that, there will be no pending documents from you. But mind you, this will happen in the first semester. So you don't have to have equivalency certificate in the very beginning. Okay. Do not get intimidated by that word. Now, yeah, so you'll get your student visa. Okay, Alfina. Um, yeah, after the job, unlike other countries, I can relate to the question because I know I did at that time when I did my master's, I did it from the US. So for me, the visa part was like a very critical part, that how many years will I get to stay back, how many years will I get to work without sponsorship. That was a big, very scary thing for international students. But fortunately for you, times have changed. The locations have changed. Now UAE has become like this big study abroad destination. And here the entire concept of visa needs to change. You do not have to worry about getting the post-study work visa. It's actually very, very easy. Um, if you've applied for a job, or your family or friends have applied for a job from India and they have not got the offer very easily, that is okay, because that is quite normal. Okay, but when you're locally present here and you're studying here for 4 years, you'll meet people and you'll have a local phone number. When you're submitting your application for a job after your program, you will immediately get that phone call. Okay, and a lot of companies, especially companies in Dubai, who are not like the big companies, like companies that are, started by, let's say, people from India or other parts of the world, they're coming and opening here in the free zone. They might create a little bit of an exclusivity that, okay, we'll give you less salary because, we need to sponsor you and all. But the reality you'll only get to see when you come here. I have experienced it. So some of the best companies here, they don't care. 90% of their employees are on a visa. So it's not the same like US or UK or Canada. Okay, so do not worry about the visa part. You do not need a stay back option, but yes, we do have, after you're studying, you will get 2 to 3 months of time to actually search for a job. But I can guarantee you, you'll get your job way before that. And even if, let's say, worst case scenario, you didn't get a job, it's not that difficult. You can just apply for a job seeker visa right away during that time only. And you don't have to come back to India to do that. The process is very simple and it's very efficient. And I'll tell you one thing about the Middle East. I don't know if it's uh, told a lot, but I have experienced it. Um, I applied for a Qatar visa at 1 a.m. at night. And this was during the time when we had this December, where all the events were happening in Qatar, like from the Formula One to the Arab Cup and all of that, right? And a lot of Bollywood stars were also all there. So I was flying there for, because I have family back there. My visa got expired, I didn't know it, and I applied it at 1 a.m. at night. My flight was already booked the next morning. I'm not kidding you, I got my visa 8 a.m. in the morning. So they are so efficient. And it's the same case, not just Qatar, UAE as well. So let's say you got the 3 months additional extension after your 4 years of bachelor's and you're looking for a job and you did not get it. You don't have to go back to India. You can just apply for UAE government has a special job seeker visa, and you will not even need it because you will anyways get that additional 3 months of extension after your program. But let's say, I'm just trying to cover all the worst case scenarios. Even if you do not get it, which is, like I said, I can vouch for it, it will not happen. But let's say you did not work hard and you did not get any company to sponsor you or any company to give you a job, you want a little bit more time, you can just apply. The government itself allows you to do a job seeker visa. You're legally allowed to apply and stay there without a job and look for a job. So it's very easy. Okay, what else? Are there any scholarships available? Absolutely, we do have scholarships. Our scholarships can range from anywhere from a 10% to a 50%. But I will tell you, the 50% scholarship is very competitive. Okay, but hopefully when you come to ad hoc, and if your advisors personally, actually tell me that, give us a little background of your overall academic profile, and if the profile is really good, I will try my best to push for some scholarships. So we do have scholarships and they are based on profile. You don't have to submit anything additional for the scholarship. It's going to be your overall mark sheet. Okay, we do not need letter of recommendation, so that is a big, like a um, big thing for a lot of other countries. But here we do not need letter of recommendation. We do not also need like a personal statement like a SOP. But you do need to take care of your attestations. Please don't be lazy. That's the only thing that the UAE universities are asking. We are not asking you for SOP. We are not asking you for LOR. You don't have to run after counselors to get your recommendations. Okay, but just make sure that your degree certificate, that means your class 12, if you're coming for bachelor's, then your class 12 certificate and your class 12 mark sheet. And if you're coming for masters, then your degree certificate and your degree mark sheet, they need to be attested. When I say attested, it doesn't mean you have to sign yourself. You have to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I'm sure you'll find one in Kerala also. So I know that there's one in Delhi for sure, but there must be an office there also in Kerala. So you need to just apply for the attestation. It's a very easy process. They will basically put like a MOFA sticker, which is MOFA, that is Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They will put a MOFA sticker and a seal signature on your certificate as well as your degree mark sheet. And if your degree was not like the last education that you did, if that was not done in uh, English medium, then you will need to do an IELTS exam test or a TOEFL. But if your program was done in English, if you could get like a medium of instruction letter, just make sure that is also attested by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the UAE Embassy. Okay, UAE Embassy attestation, Ministry of Education attestation, and Ministry of Education, it will anyways be attested because your degree will be from a recognized university, right? Or a recognized board. So education will anyways be attested, but you need to make sure that it is also Ministry of Foreign Affairs attestation, and you need to get the attestation from UAE Embassy. It is not a big thing, but I know you kind of feel lazy, like, oh, we'll have to get this done. But that is the only thing that we're asking you. That's it. We are not asking you to pay your application fee initially. We are not asking you to give us LOR. We are not asking you to give SOP. These are some of the biggest headaches, right? We look directly your grades and then we give you the offer. So just make sure attestations are done. That is the only hard part in applying for a UAE university. Okay. How many days a week are there classes? So another good thing about our university is that we have classes, we follow an American curriculum. Okay. So the way I did my classes in the US, you get the same kind of curriculum here. That means you will get the study plan for the entire semester. It is prepared by our registrar office. You will get your options. You will get your, you can sit down with your counselors here and they will help you with your curriculum and your study plan. All you have to do is you need to make sure which slot is available for, like, which slot you are expecting to do it. We've got classes in the morning. We've got classes in the afternoon. We also got classes in the evening. And I see, like, when I'm done with my work and I'm going back home, I see a lot of our students are coming in the evening, because a lot of them, I think, they prefer the evening slot. So in the evening the university campus becomes very vibrant. Okay, but you also have classes in the morning and afternoon, and you can book your transportation accordingly if you're using the university transportation. So you will have classes for sure from Monday to Friday. Okay, Fridays are a very it's a very holiday kind of an environment here. So in a way, a good thing is that it's almost like you have 4 days, 4 weekdays. Because even me as an employee, I feel like Friday is a holiday for me, because we come to office, but then we get a holiday for, we get like two hours of break, and after coming back from break in the afternoon, nobody wants to kind of work, so it becomes a very relaxed environment. So Fridays are, although there will be classes. Okay, I'm not saying there will not be classes, there will be classes, but I think it's usually like a very few classes in the evening, like that. Mornings are pretty very, like a very slow morning for Fridays. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those are like some of the busiest and the most hardworking days as a student and as a faculty and as a employee. Okay. Okay, it's good. I had some questions. Any other question, guys? Yeah, do follow us on Instagram. You'll get to see a few glimpses of our campus. I don't know what are we called on Instagram. Let me. And I work hard to get you some international student videos also for. So let me see if I. Yeah, it is called CUAJMAN. Yeah, we are known as this on Instagram. You can follow us. Any other questions?
Like, what are the admission requirement, right? The percentage which is required for the bachelor's courses and for the master's.
Okay, so in terms of our admission requirement, we are very lenient. Okay, we are not asking for extremely high, except for the dental surgery program, because it is a very high stake program. It's in the medical field. We need to make sure that our there is a very specific requirement when it comes to the dental surgery program. For that, you need to have mathematics is compulsory. Okay. Don't ask me why, but it's a medical subject, but you need mathematics in your class 12. So your mathematics has to be there. But apart from mathematics, you need two other science subjects. Now, the other science subjects can be either physics, chemistry, it can be physics, biology, it can be biology, chemistry, even if it's not biology, but it has to be physics and chemistry. Okay. So like two science subject, and maths is mandatory. And what I have seen in terms of the acceptance rate, usually students getting above 85%, it becomes easier for them to get an admission into the BDS program. Okay, and the BDS program is actually one of our most expensive program. And like in our on when you talk about comparing our program cost, we BDS is the most expensive one, which is about 110,000 dirham, which is about 24 lakhs. But I know this is technically not much if you compare other universities or other destinations. So BDS is like 5-year program, and you will have to pay about 24 lakhs 5 times, okay, every year. This is considering you have no scholarship. So BDS is, but this is like our highest bar. All the other programs are way more lower than the BDS. I'll give you an idea because I know money plays a part also. So let's say our BBA programs that I mentioned, the whether it's HRM or BBA in hospitality or BBA in marketing or finance and accounting, our BBA programs will cost you about 30,000 dirham. Some are like 29,000 dirham also, but I think it's, let's say 30,000 dirham. And that gets translated to about 7.5 lakhs, if I'm not wrong, Indian rupees. So it's quite affordable, yeah. So 7.5 lakhs, and if you hopefully get some scholarship, it will reduce further. And then when you talk about, if you do happen to get like a part-time job here, the initial payment, you do make a payment for the tuition fee, but then your living expenses, hopefully you can come here, figure out a part-time job, just because part-time job doesn't always have to be related to your field. It is more about earning and being independent, and earning that extra money, and you can maybe suffice with your living expenses with that. But yeah, so our BBA programs, they're going to cost you about 7.5 lakhs yearly. And the AI and data science program, that is little bit more expensive. That is 40,000 dirham, which is about 9 lakh 20,000. Okay. Again, if you have some scholarship, it will reduce. Apart from that, the digital media production that I told you about, that is also about 30,000. So it's not more than, 7.5 to 9.5 lakhs, which I think is because, see, I have seen programs that can be way more expensive. So with that regards, we are actually quite affordable. That's it. You know the cost and the requirement, right? Oh yeah, and other subjects, the what we're looking for is that requirements should be, we of course are going to look into your overall profile. We are, our approach is holistic, so we're going to see all of that. Generally speaking, for majority of our programs, we would want our students to at least get a 65 above to be able to, apply and be considered. But we also are, because we are holistic, we have to cater to all segments. If somebody is not able to meet the score limit, they can still take admission. They will have to do some additional remedial courses, okay. Depending on, if for example they have to switch their field, like they did something in 12 and now they want to do something in bachelor's which is a little different from their field, they will have to enroll for those pathway programs. We have them. We also have remedial courses. This will all be cleared when you actually submit your application, okay. And I am you guys, if you all start exploring and you do find that our university is one good fit for you, please reach out to the team at ad hoc. They will connect. They are in touch with me almost every day. We are connected on WhatsApp. So you have any emergent urgent questions, you can. If you submit your application, make sure that you do it with their guidance, because towards the end when you're clicking on the submit button, there is a little trick there, because you have to verify your email address. Sometimes the students do mistakes there, and then you end up forgetting to click the submit button. So make sure that you're doing it with proper supervision. So your application comes in, and once I know your reference number, especially when it comes to our partners like this, we make sure that the application review is done very, very quickly. Okay. Anything else? Any other question?
Yeah, for the students who wants to do the part-time job, like they need any confirmation letter from the university side to do the part-time.
Yeah, that is actually a problem area. I'll tell you why. So legally, as per the government, they are allowed to work part-time. We do not have a problem if a student is working 20 hours outside and then coming to classes. We do not care at all, because they're legally here, they have the Emirates ID. But there will be some companies, because there will be some companies that will say, okay, we will give you a job, but you need to get like a NOC certificate from the sponsor. Now, as a university, we cannot give you the NOC, because we initiated the visa as a student visa, right? So if we give NOC, then it becomes like you cannot come and study with us. But it is not illegal for the student to work, and we know that. So this is a very open conversation. They can actually come and talk to us very freely about it. Everybody in the departments know it. All they have to do is they will just have to ask the employer. Like I said, in the UAE, giving sponsorship to a to an employer is not a big deal. They will absolutely do it. So you just have to ask your employer that, we would, you know I'm okay with working the part time, but you'll have to sponsor the visa. So they will say, okay, fine, just ask your university to transfer it. So what we will do is they'll go to the PRO team department, and they will just initiate the transfer. We will transfer it. So they will no longer, the Emirates ID will no longer say City University Ajman. It will get changed to the company. But a lot of students don't do it. They actually just get the payment in cash. So companies do not ask for it. They 90% of the companies do not ask for it because it's just a part-time job. They just pay them by cash, and the student is still under our visa. That's it. Any question on this, students? I know this is like a complicated thing that I just explained. Any question you have, please put it on the chat.
One program you mentioned, like that, the dental internship program, right? So if a student who completed BDS in India, he or she can do that internship program in your campus.
Yeah, they can.
Okay, so for pay for only that 1 year.
They'll just pay only for the DIP. And I'll tell you, our DIP program, it's very popular because we also have our own clinic on campus. So we have our own private clinic on campus, and it is open to not just the university staff, it's open to the entire public. And a lot of our DIP students actually practice there with our, actual doctors, like actual dentists. So they get that shadow benefit. They also get to actually treat patients, like, how you do it in Queen's University Belfast in the UK. They have their own hospital. Similarly, we have got our own dental clinic, and uh, like students who have done their dental program in India or any other part, they can actually just come and do the DIP with us, and they will get the license from here.
Okay. Oh, just completing that 1 year means he or she will get that license to
Yeah, they
work.
will get license. However, if they have to go, they have to make sure that if they are going to be practicing here, they have to make sure that the dental program that, from whichever country they have done it, they will have to go through the equivalency. The equivalency concept, it will still apply there. No more questions, students?
If you have any questions, means you can ask, or else you can post your
I don't know
question.
why they feel shy. Are they shy, or they bored? They didn't find it informative? What is it?
Maybe they are
And I did not see
better from.
anybody's face. Nobody turned on the camera. It's just Amruta and me.
I think they clear all things.
Yeah, they cleared. But they will come to you with a lot of other questions now. They'll not ask here.
Yeah, when it comes to process, they have a lot of doubt.
Yeah, process. But then process is, it's only once they're guided by somebody, like you'll do it all the time, so it'll become easier. But process is difficult for any country or any university in the first time. Once you do it once, then you can do it for your friends also. It becomes easier. You just have to go through the entire process cycle once. Because when you experience it with one student or your own one, then you can do it for your friends. Because now you know what exactly it is. I tried my best to explain it in as simple words as possible, but hopefully you understood. But even if you didn't understand, you can always, if you ever want to connect with me again, just talk to the team at Ad Hoc, and they will, arrange a Zoom call, private Zoom call with me. I'm happy to do that. And also, like I said, follow us on Instagram. You will see like some glimpse of our campus, how the campus looks like. And you will also get to see some students and the activities. We also have Indian Student Association here. We've got International Student Associations here. So there are a lot of, we do a lot of fun days, like, the fresher events that we do. We also recently did the Diwali thing. So you get to experience all of that. You get to experience not just Indian ones, but all other parts of the world. All the student groups from different countries, they have their own cultural programs. So you will get to like have a very rich campus experience. But you will not have to pay lakhs of money to book a flight back home for going back home for a festival. Because from Dubai, the flights are very, affordable, very, very affordable. So you can actually live a very comfortable life investing money in a foreign university, but at the same time having enough money to enjoy your life and also have enough money to actually book a flight and go back home. You don't have to be tight on a budget because that happened with a lot of students in the US, they cannot fly back home. They have to stay the entire 3 months or 2 months of summer back there because booking a flight costs more than 1 lakh. So with UAE, this is a big benefit that you will get. You might underestimate it right now, but it plays a huge part when you're studying in a foreign country. The affordability to book a quick flight right away and go home whenever you want to see your parents, that's a different feeling. And you can only get that in Dubai because of its location, like UAE, because we're very centrally located. Okay? All right, thank you so much for listening to me. I hope I was able to I was able to help you and not confuse you further. But yeah, like I said, if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me. Somebody from ad hoc team will connect you with me. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Thank.
Bye.
Yeah.
Should I leave, Amruta?
Yeah, I think no more doubts.
Yeah.
Students have all clear. A special thanks to Ms. Afshana Parveen Hoque for delivering
Don't
such a
worry.
wonderful, instructive, and informative section. Thank you for
Don't
sharing
worry.
your valuable knowledge and clearly explaining the opportunities in the City University Ajman. We truly hope that today's section has helped clarify student doubt and will play a meaningful role in enriching their academic journey. So once again, thank
Mhm.
you everyone for being a part of this INICIO 2026 Virtual EDU Expo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amruta, the entire ad hoc team, and the students. Hopefully, we do it next time, and I want to see all of your faces. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.